Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we having designated pegging or?
Would you like that?
Freezing there.
You need Taylor, I can get you some. There's like a place across the street.
I'm down. Let's do it.
To get John some pegging?
This
Excellent.
is some very interesting bachelors.
Honey, we have pegs at home.
Do we?
I made them myself.
Oh, God.
The ones you get at the store aren't big enough.
Oh, they were too big. You have to turn them down so you can spike them back. RJ told me.
I'm sorry.
Happy birthday, John.
They're having a family birthday party where
Yep,
you're
and
talking
we're
about
gonna
pegging.
cut with swords and talk about
Don't worry, everyone's watching you.
What?
Don't worry, everyone's watching you.
With intense joy.
Ah!
Cutting towards your lead leg?
Probably evidence.
Yeah, he is, but
Yep.
that's how he was practicing, so I'm not going to stop him.
In case you overswing.
Well, if you were gonna step, it would have been fine.
If I were to step, I would.
He doesn't
But he
step.
would have hit with a
Yet to see somebody hit
Less
their leg.
talking, more cutting.
No, if it was a,
Yeah, that's right.
I guess
Nice.
Easy. Lower yourself down just a little bit. You're almost extending your front leg fully.
Like that?
Yeah, that looks better. Good. You're still kind of popping up and rising away from it, so stay low, stay in it, stay involved. You're still fighting this tatami after you swing. You're not just done.
Get low.
Popped up a little bit. You're looking pretty good. Your pieces are landing very close to the stand, so you know they're good cuts. Or a good sword. It only goes so far. You could feel with that sword plenty.
Oh, did I?
It's just a big piece you took off there. You could have been a little more precise. The other thing I didn't like is that you caught back just a little bit and kind of drove down with your hands. It was more an old, bad cut rather than getting that nice flowing extension and follow through. And yeah, as you get lower, you need to get lower. Get a little bit closer too. Wow, there's missed the bird opportunities.
Right when she gave up.
But that's what they were waiting for. Oh, you gave up, but all the way. So you're like,
flail,
I'm
stand
just gonna
up.
swing it.
you look good. Yeah, just have fun with it. Don't worry about
Yeah, don't
doing
worry.
everything perfectly. Just cut stuff.
Even the best people at
There's
cutting.
so many tatami here that you can just do all right cuts for a while, and then all left cuts for a while.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot of tatami.
Put the 3 sticks together. We can do double cut, parallel cuts.
A lot.
Got the Avenger.
Well, yes, but
It's a lot for one person ish.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
It's up
shit
here.
like spherics and shit.
I don't know.
I would not try spherics up high.
Don't Sean it. Don't do it.
I would, you know, I would do whatever you think you want to have fun with. Whether it's how many cuts from the left can I cut in a row really, really quickly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I cut like 12 cuts, or is it I want to do a double cut? Like I don't. It's all fun. It's just like your own goals. Get that tip up though. Yeah. No droopy tips.
No droopy tips.
No
See,
droopy
it's not
tips
so
when you're
bad. You're a
pegging.
little bit lacking the commitment there. Your hands are going out to your hip. Make sure that they're in front of your chest while you're cutting, right? Better. There you go. You're cleaning it up. Again, your hands are going out to the side. It needs to be becoming more vertical, more in front of you as you cut, not out to the side. Lower yourself also a little bit now that you're getting low.
When I was at Combat Con, this last Combat Con, why is
Get
it
a little
don't
more
cut
velocity
is
going.
I
Let
had
that
a
sword
streak where I did
have
8
a high
cuts,
energy up high and
I
it sells
tried
through after you.
first cut.
Oh, that's
and
pretty
just
good.
knocked this guy
Your
over.
hands are way off to the side,
Disqualified.
which is giving you issues.
Oh, God.
Well, and RJ told me after, he's like, why did you do a spheric first? And I was like, I saw Timo do it, and I wanted to do it.
Unique cuts. Spare cow is number 1. I'm like, no!
Because I saw Timo do it successfully.
Oh,
No re-spikes. Knock the stand over with the first cut.
so hard.
I felt bad because I know what he can do.
I
And
could
if
do
he
it.
chose other things, he could have done much better, but it was more like a very poor tactical
What counts
choice.
as a unique cut, though?
No long edge overs and injures. Those are out. So basically everything else you can come up with. The way it works is basically like,
Even stuff you make up?
well, there's only so much you can make up because of geometry essentially. Like,
Goodbye.
that's a tricky cut. I think that was a good try. So no long edge, no long edge, no long edge, no
That's
long
how Tatami
edge.
went,
This is
"Wee."
usually going to be in round 1. So you could do a false edge like this. You could also do
wonder if I can do it
a
in the middle.
false edge like this. Right, that's 2 false edges from there. There isn't really like a long edge from here. That's a unique thing. That's just the thing. The same with here. Here's your long edge. You have the false edge like this. I certainly do it as being your own unique cut.
And middle how.
And middle how? Left and right. And then,
the up and down cut.
yeah, if you wanted to do a vertical cut, you have to go through at least a full third of the mat with your vertical cut for it to happen. So it's not really one anybody should choose.
It's an emergency, usually.
Yeah, some good cuts in there, John.
Or like Mortal Kombat type situation where they're like,
Well, no, it works as like a mortal thing for sure. But like in a competition, we had somebody the year before in SoCal. He was
Try to
stuck
feel like your sword's almost
and
leading you into
he
your
was
step. Right now,
and
I
he
see a
couldn't
bit of a.
get like
Oh boy, here we
Little
go.
bit.
But it should be kind of coordinated.
You're
all
all over,
moving
and
together.
they're like, yeah, so let's go
You're
to
gonna
the
start
third.
moving
Did it,
first
cleaned it
and
right
help
through the fridge,
Get that
right before the
coordination,
base.
because it kind of
Got the points,
gives you the
got
place
gold.
for everything.
Sorry,
to
silver,
rest.
because of it. Like, because he chose to do it. Because he only had a third left.
oh,
Because, like, you're going to try, what, do a false edge undo for that last third. And if you,
You were rising up a little bit there and getting lower on the mat, which makes it extra hard because you'll start
No,
to lean
it was
forward
funny,
just
like,
a
so
little
I
bit
caught
more
that
than you
on.
should. So
I
either get
disqualified
lower
myself in the second
or
round,
move
but still moved on to the third. Because
Move
I had enough
laterally
points
to the
on
high side.
that I had
I'd give you
passed
$5 if you
both
could cut a
rounds.
Japanese water beetle in half with that.
It was one of those, like, people
About a
why
minute.
did you disqualified? Like, why
Dude,
did
one
you
of those
do
beetles
rounds?
was
Like,
attacking me
you
the
guys
other
are
day.
110.
Like, oh, get up. I had to go like around the house before it left me alone.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
Lower,
nobody got
you're
points.
rising up when you check.
One person did. One person got 5 points.
was it really hard?
So the task was to thrust, pull out, have a
Where is it?
successful thrust, going through,
It's gone
and
again.
then in a single motion, pull and cut. With no jerking. Like in a single
Just like any other.
like you'd have to jerk it. Because they literally had to stop you to see if it was good. So you had to stop, you couldn't go in and out.
Usually we do that at that when we have tons of
So
chunks all
you
day.
Do a double cut. Like the up and then down.
Free
Down and
bird.
then-
So you can do it. All you have to do is a very good unterhau down low. After that, you're gonna have all the time in the world to do an overhau. So my point is, just try and do a really good unterhau down low. And if you notice that it's still there, then do the overhau afterwards.
With the Viceroy, if you do it really well, the mat up above will hardly move at all.
You want to aim
So I got
like
stuck on that first step. Do a good unter.
Yep.
Fine, practice Unterhaus.
yeah, you could do
Yeah,
a
this
whole.
is your practice.
We
Yeah,
have
do a whole
lots of tatami.
tatami
Do a
of
whole
unters.
stick of unterhaus and get good at them.
Get good.
They're hardest up top, but that's fine.
Still have to do it.
I mean, aren't I wanting to do pool? And then...
Or are you gonna practice?
If you're
or
gonna, are you
try
gonna
it?
do it unters? Just
Let me
unters?
try it first. Just
Okay, then get a little bit closer because it looks like you're a little far away. And yeah, no, lower than that, between the bottom 2 rubber bands.
Yep.
You might want to switch your legs.
That's
It's
It's
whatever.
negligible.
either one for you. Yeah. So yeah, just try to make that one nice and clean and crisp. And if you just notice that the tatami's still there, then you'll just do your next cut, and it'll be natural for you.
say that.
Almost.
Ooh. Close. It wasn't the cleanest unterhau. You had some edge rotation in there, which lifted it up.
Scallopy.
But you, even with that mistake, you still kind of saw that there was a little bit of time that it was there.
We can respike it.
Above the rubber band. You were
How
practicing the
above the
rubber
rubber
band. Huh? Everything that we were practicing, you'll have to be a little bit lower now because this is lower than the clay. But get those hands so stable. No, yeah. Tip has to be further back. Remember, your front wrist is a little bit broken. There you go. So stable, so level. And you're just going to do that with some nice rotation of your body. It's nice and snappy. That was very slow. Not snappy at all. Better. You got it.
You spike it?
No, I got it.
That was
Okay.
better. The key is you don't want the spike right in the center. You want it off like a third from the edge, and not let it kind of deform. Like you can see on the left side from our view how it's deformed where the spike is on the bottom.
I was wondering what you were
What is
planning
this?
there.
I've done it before.
Is that from these animes?
I should do long edge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought.
Yeah, and if you're going to practice them, I don't think you can do a double on this. It's a little short for you. I would just try to do a series of Unterhaus, starting from the top to the bottom, just like leftovers you were doing earlier. Try and get 10 Unters from your left. That's half an Unter. Somebody should help him race bikes.
Yeah, I can go spike.
Shaved it.
Targeting.
He's turned off his targeting computer.
All your opponent's bald now.
It's dancing away.
It's like the ending scene out of Kill Bill. Just
I don't know, it's the 5-finger death.
There you go.
or the Yakuza lady who loses her scalp.
Ugh, that son is like finding this
The
bench.
most consecutive tatamis I've ever cut.
It's fun.
You probably represented it right where it's
Yeah.
Slowly build an enclosure over RJ's backyard.
just a dome.
Oh, this is much better.
There'd be less children sound.
Same one, different one.
Just be above that rubber band.
You can make more spikes. Hey, that's kind of a cut.
Intimidate me.
Yeah.
RJ's been trying out this whole like focus on the exact spot because like you will hit wherever you were looking.
Okay.
Been trying out.
Okay.
Ah, he's gonna do the stick of Unterhaus. Good idea. Nice.
Oh,
So
clean.
that one,
You could have doubled.
100% you would have been able to double cut easily. Like, it would have sat there for 3 seconds and you could have done your overhand. So, try to get more of those. Not bad. Not as good as the first one. There was more movement.
Chain.
Scalloping upwards, so your hand is probably turning up. Most likely, well, depending from the left, never mind. I was just going to say, on the other side, it's always from your pommel hand. In this case, I'm not sure if that's the case. Yeah, it could be still. It's pretty good.
I got you.
Even the not perfect ones were potentially still double cuttable.
It's still going like up.
Your hands are rising too much. Most likely you should start with your tip or your edge pointing more down and closer to your body. If further across your hands are like down here, if we're going to do an Unterhau now, what's the natural arc of my sword? Well, first of all, it's a middle how. And second of all, did you see what your hands did? They're going up as they hit this middle how.
Okay.
But if we start in position and alignment here, more close to your body, more vertically, and we cut upwards, we're already perfectly aligned for it, right? So that can be helpful sometimes when people are starting to have some of those issues. Stay deep on it. Cut forward, not up. I think it was a cut, huh?
Scalloping.
That was a mountain, I think, but yeah. Not too bad. And you're at like the very end of the... down between those bottom two rubber bands, and there, yep, nice and crisp.
There you go.
Hey!
Easy
I
peasy.
here, but
I mean, but you still did it.
fucking, I have to just kill this last.
It's one of those cuts where you just succeed and then you just feel like a badass immediately. Just by
And
default.
unspiral. Yeah.
Oh.
You just win.
Yeah.
Okay.